So you're wondering, who do I get from it? My goal here today is basically to go over all three of the Kanto Trio units. If you're brand new, you don't know what they do, and you didn't already pick up your favorite. So just going over each of their kits individually, emphasizing their strong points, points that they're a little weaker with, things like that. So, Red. Signa Suit Red and Charizard. Very, very strong fire unit. You got Heat Wave, Dire Hit Plus, so you can max out on crit rate, Blast Burn with 213 base power, and my Destiny that raises your special attack and speed by 3 ranks, lowers your both defenses by 1, and if you've already synced with him and your Mega, you also raise your attack by 3. And when you Mega, well, first off, you have a whopping base stat total of 556, which is amazing as opposed to 460. So you get almost 100 special attack. Dire Plus is replaced by Flare Blitz, 20%, 25% recoil, and you also get the attack buff from Mega. You you have a 192 base power sync, raises the user crit hit by 1 stage, become Mega till the end of the battle. All right. Passives don't change Mega to non-Mega, so I'm not gonna flip it. Propulsion, 20% chance of reducing the user sync countdown by 1 when move is successful. So okay. Propulsion is good. I just like to count. When propulsion goes off, it fucks up my counting. I wish it was something different. It's not bad. It's very good. I just hate when it fucks up my counting. Piercing gaze moves never miss, so 9%, completely irrelevant. MGR4, 50% chance of charging a move gauge when move is successful. That is why in the grid here you don't see Blast Burn MPR or Heat Wave. Grid-wise, he gets Speeding Sun, Solar Flare, Rejuvenate, Power Reserves, typical move powers, Steadfast, Haymaker, Adrenaline, and another Steadfast. So, of what people typically do is they go with the Sync Nuke build when you're 3 out of 5. So you typically go down here and you sneak your way down to Haymaker. You don't worry about Adrenaline because you only sync. You're only gonna get like 2 syncs with Red. You don't worry about Adrenaline. You have other people worry about your countdown. He does zone countdown. Don't worry about Adrenaline. People will go Solar Flare as well. So you set the sun. You set the sun just before you sync. Physical attack supporter. You can either run a typical physical attack supporter, or you could do a Mega first and save your Mind Destinies for that. Or what people do is they run him with people like Xerneas, Signa Suit Blue, which we'll go over that in a little bit. Speeding Sun's nice. I personally run it because that scales pretty well as plus 6 speed, and his ridiculous speed stat here, well, that's pretty good. 297. 337 is not horrible speed, plus 6 speed, so we can't go wrong with it. That is Red. He is still one of the best Fire Strikers to this day. He has very good AoE Sync Nuke. He has a very strong physical. No, not physical. He has a very strong Blast Burn. You don't run Flare Blitz at all. Don't worry about running him physical. You're not going to run him physical. So you don't worry about the Steadfast. The only purpose of the attack buff is just to power up Haymaker. That's it. If you're 1 out of 5, don't worry about it. He still hits pretty hard. 2 out of 5, you get the Haymaker. That is when you can start having fun. And yeah, he's still really good. Is he like at the top best of the game like what he used to be? No, because a lot better people came out. Groudon Kyogre, for example, Lusamine, for example, and just a bunch of other people. They just do more and they hit harder. Red is still very good. He's a very, very... Calling Red free to play is gonna hurt now. Because I don't know. But yeah, very, very strong. Next, we're gonna go over Leaf and Venusaur. Base kit wise, you got Razor Leaf, Potions, Mega Healing reduces sync countdown by 1. If the user's Mega Evolved, reduces the sync countdown by 2 instead. When using co-op. of all allies in co-op, and applies gradual healing. Pretty good. And Frenzy Plant. Sync becomes mega till the end of battle. Move's power is increased when the target is poisoned. Pretty good. Venomous, 50% chance to badly poison the target when a move is successful. If you use Razor Leaf, when that activates, it hits everyone. Sundering 9 lowers defense or special defense, or both, by 1 stat rank when a move is successful. Once again, Razor Leaf is just debuffs. Adrenaline 2 reduces sync counter by 2 the first time the user's sync is used each battle. So you sync, countdown plus 2, down by another 2. Very good sync battery. I'm debating running her Head Start. So she'd get one at the start, Adrenaline 2 procs, Head Start procs again, then Mega Healing, so that's -5 off your first sync. That's pretty funny, but that's a late game thing. Don't worry about that. Grid-wise, you got Speeding Sun, Healing Sun, Toxic Power, Potent Toxin, Potion stuff, Discombobulate, lowers accuracy, alright, whatever. Means but accuracy, Razor Leaf CS2, HP advantage, Hemin, so you go evasion as well, Discourage, that's alright, and Relentless. Now, Toxic Power is if you wanted to go Frenzy Plant power. Because a 213 base power move isn't bad. The one issue with this is you can't buff this any further. And her attack is what? Her attack goes up to 308. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Special. 369. So, it's not bad. It's not bad. So, yeah. Toxic Power 5. And really HP advantage, but I personally wouldn't do it. So, like, you can use her as a grass nuke. Like, you could use her as a grass sync nuke with Relentless and the Toxic Power. But did that... No, not Toxic Power. From the sync. You get what I'm trying to say? But to then Toxic Power for Frenzy Plant. You can use her as a grass DPS, but Sun with Rose Raid can do like very similar damage. So you really use her as a debuffer / poisoner. I personally wouldn't use her as a grass DPS. Grass sync nuke you can definitely get away with because it's base 192, poison, whatever. It has 2 additional modifiers to it. Grassy terrain does not exist yet at this point. So this is a little harder to justify for me. Really, you just use it as a debuffer. Grass is in a tough spot like that, but Leafeon, Sceptile, and Leafeon and Rose Raid just do a better job at DPS in my opinion because they complement each other just much better by being sun pairs. I would just use Leaf as a debuffer. In my opinion, she's the most skippable one. That was the wrong thing. Now when we get to the meat of this, blue. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. You should go for blue. Blue is ridiculous. So, if we look at his base kit here, Water Pulse, X Defense All, to the top, which is applies move gauge acceleration, raises the crit hit of all allies by 1. So, with a refresh, you can get to 3, but otherwise 2. It's just to help top people off. Then Hydro Cannon, base 213 power. But to then sync becomes Mega Buster till the end of the battle. The more the use defense is raised, the greater the power of this move. You don't worry about this part. You don't use him for sync damage. Don't worry about it. Close that, please. Okay, passive Force Field for 50% chance of raising the special defense of all allies sync powers by 1 stat rank when the user Pokemon uses a move. So while you're spamming Water Pulse or whatever, you're giving all your allies special defense on top of your X defense also. He raises both defenses. Team Shout 9 raises the attack or special attack or both of all out sync pairs by 1 stat rank when the user is hit by a move. So he's your tank. You have him take hits with high defenses, and he tops off any ally's attack. Granted, it might take a little bit of time, but he can top them off. Safety Net applies an enduring effect to all out sync pairs the first time this user's sync move is used each battle. This is very good. Free Endure. Although Endure doesn't affect sync moves, obviously. Sync moves go through Endure, sorry. But just giving everyone Endure is really good. It's just more survivability. He is a tank. You want to EX this man when you can. Like, 700 base HP, 400 defenses. He is a good tank. And when we go over his grid now, he has Impervious, Team Triage, and Team Fist Bump. Both these heal. 30% chance of restoring allies 30% chance of restoring allies HP when the user attacks or is hit. So as you're getting hit, you can heal. And granted, it's not a big heal. It's like an HP regen tick. So it's not bad, but it's not the greatest either. But because it's both, it's enough to justify it, in my opinion. Especially if you can give everyone HP regen in some way. It's just tick, 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 tick. So it just adds up, especially if you're turn skipping. Smart Cookie, the more special the defense is raised, the more powers up used moves. So if you want to do Hydro Cannon DPS, for example, and use Pelipper, or even Egg Blastoise, he can work as a DPS. I just wouldn't recommend it. Wise Entry, I wouldn't worry about that. To the Top Pepper Rally, raises speed of all its sync players by 1. So you raise... I'm going to have to cut that out. So you can raise everyone's speed along with the crit rate. That's pretty good. MGR 9. I won't worry about that. Racing Rain, Raging Rain. Raging Rain if you're trying to run DPS, otherwise I won't worry about it. Adrenaline. Run Adrenaline on Blastoise. Do yourself a favor. It is stupid good. Along with Impervious up here, stats can't be lowered. This is stupid. Great tank. Party Crashers. I wouldn't worry about this. It's just one crit. Endurance. He gives Endure either way. Don't worry about it. Hydro Cannon MGR. Hydro Cannon Propulsion. Refreshing Rain. Refreshing Rain maybe. These two. Don't really worry about it. It's so far out of the way. If you're going Hydro Cannon Power, maybe. Maybe the MGR. But I wouldn't worry about it, honestly. So yeah, Blue is easily he's still one of the best tanks in this game. He's really good. Priority-wise, if you don't own Blue, get Blue. I don't care if Red's your favorite trainer. Get Blue. EX him immediately. Like, he will carry you through so much content. He is one of the best tanks in this game. Still a top-tier supporter. He is so good. Red... If you happen to have Blue or a 3 out of 5 worked up, get Red. Red is still very strong. Fire content, he will hit really hard. He'll do a lot for you. If you happen to have both 3 out of 5, sure, pick up Leaf. Now, if you have all 3 out of 5 already, who do you go for? Red for additional power. That's really it. I think there's a scenario I'm forgetting. But whatever. So if this helped you guys at all, drop a like and let me know in the comments. If you know someone who is struggling, trying to decide, share this video with them. Hope it helps them too. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.